Good afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Davis here with Davis Autosports. Make sure you watch this entire video. There's going to be some good information, and it's going to be very detail oriented, especially when it comes to this particular Jeep. But what you're viewing is a '03 Wrangler TJ Rubicon manual transmission. It is a true factory Rubicon Jeep. 90,000 original and documented miles, 30 service records on the Carfax report. Completely original, all stock. The only thing that's somewhat upgraded, there is a 265/75 16 tire on it, so 2 sizes bigger, gives it a nice beefy look. Obviously factory hard top. The exterior of this Jeep is a solid 9.5 out of 10. The interior is a 9.5 out of 10. This is not going to be our typical Wrangler that we sell. We were actually unsure what to do with this Wrangler. The undercarriage, it is in very good condition for a TJ. If you know our TJs, we try to find the cleanest, nicest undercarriages that we can possibly find. This one is all solid. The previous owner did some undercoating to it. It is a locally traded in Jeep. The undercarriage, I'm going to show you all the videos, the pictures. A lot of it is very, very clean. It's super solid. It's not as clean as we like for them to be. It's still cleaner than probably 80 to 90% of the TJs on the market. So I was going to send this to Mannheim Auto Auctions to sell for a number of reasons. Cars there are doing more money than some retail outlets just because of the shortage, and dealers literally fight for them, and something like this would do really, really good money there. But the undercarriage is what sort of I'm up in the air about. But I'm going to show you the exterior to show you how beautiful it is, show you the interior. It drives perfect. I think as a shop we would have spent some time cleaning up the undercarriage. And once again, I'm probably I'm making it sound worse than it is, but if you see our Wranglers, most people are always commenting on how brand new they look. And that's the first thing that I do when I buy a Jeep on behalf of our company, is I stick my head underneath of it. That's the number one thing I look for. And once again, it's in really good condition, just not our typical standards. But man, the exterior and the interior is absolutely beautiful. So we'll do a full exterior video. We went ahead and refinished the front bumper and the Jeep filler cap as well. The fog lights were refinished. The bumper caps were refinished. So everything up front was completely redone. The fender flares we did remove off of the Jeep, sanded those down, refinished those. The paint has been fully polished and paint corrected. The Rubicon diamond plate was also sanded down and repainted. Take a look at those wheels. No corrosion, no issues whatsoever. Very clean. That's a 265/75 16 tire. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous Jeep. I mean, the undercarriage you could really leave the way it is. The previous owner did do some treatment in some areas. Or if you wanted to spend a couple days, we'll be more than happy to sort of give you some insight on how to deal with some of these surface rust. And that's really what most of it is surface rust. There's no frame damage of any sort, but we just try to find those incredibly hard to come across Jeeps, and this fits it for the most part. Once again, wheels are in great condition. Tons of tread on these tires, very, very deep tread. As you hear the engine running nice and smooth. The hood does have a couple little light scratches here and there that would not come out with paint correction, so just please expect some minor scratches on the hood. But as you see, the paint is in good condition. Let me shut this door a little bit more. Also, what I want to show you on this driver's side and passenger, but let's get back over here. Check out that handle. It's absolutely perfect. Usually those get all funky. Headlights, no condensation, super clean. Once again, removed and painted fender flares, Rubicon panels. Wheel in great condition. I mean, look at this paint. Beautiful, beautiful paint. And this is really, you know, if the exterior and interior weren't so beautiful, it's something that I probably would send to the auction. And we don't sell cars at Manheim Auto Auction, but right now, like I said, they're actually selling for more there than typical retail sites. And then, you know, everything you sell as a dealer there, just it's a much easier transaction to wholesale to another dealer than retailing a vehicle. So with the shortage of cars, there's thousands of dealers up there, and they're just fighting, and something like this would bring a lot of money up there. So I'm gonna leave it on our retail site and eBay for a couple weeks, and if it doesn't sell, that's where it's going next. But as you see, the exterior, it really is just beautiful. I mean, the panels are super, super straight. There has been a previous repair down here at some point in time. Bumper has also been refinished by us as well. So we'll get to the interior, which is also just absolutely beautiful. It's in, for a TJ, as nice as you're gonna find. Non-smoker, no odors whatsoever, no pet hair. I mean, look at these seats, nice thick bolsters. They're not all flat, very well cared for. This thing was not smoked in at all. Beautiful, beautiful condition. Usually these seats show a lot of stains just because of the material. They have a tendency to grab stains. 90,400 miles. I mean, this thing is clean. Look at the sides of the seats. Very, very, very nice. Factory hardtop, excellent condition. All the decals are also in really good condition. Both keys. Even the seat brackets are very clean. So as you guys see, I mean, the exterior and interior is truly remarkable. You have the jack. Those aren't stains, that's just the way the carpet was finalized with the detail crew, with scrubbing it. Look at the carpet on the wheel well. Carpet underneath the seat. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take the camera off the Steadicam so I can give you guys some really good views. So, once again, I was probably overstating. So, frame, super solid. Stuff that I'm sort of referring to is something like on the top of this sway bar link, there's a little bit of flake. But like I said, everything is super solid. The previous owner did do some undercoat, but you will see flake if it was sprayed on top of rust. So everything is actually, if you look at the frame, how smooth it is, control arms, but there are some areas, the frame is solid all the way down. You got, little areas like this, but this is just the bottom of the body mount. That's actually a rubber bushing there and a bolt right there, but there's definitely so the plate underneath, as you see, that's just a little bit of flake. It's super solid. Bottom of the frame, very solid, but there's going to be little areas like that, but there's no holes. And this is all really typical. It's actually, I pass on probably 20 Jeeps to get one. So see something like this, that's just a little bit of flake, but that right there is part of the bushing that gets replaced if need be. But the frame throughout is solid. The bottom of the diffs and the bottom of the axles, those could use some attention, whether it's grinding, soda blasting, sandblasting, chiseling, sanding. There's all different methods to use. Let me see if I can get down here a little bit better. So the floor pan itself, there's different areas, but it's super solid. You have little pinch weld areas, they're fine, but I mean, this is all, to be honest with you, far better than a lot of Jeeps that are out there. Bottom of the control arms, like I said, I'm probably making it worse than it is. Your shock perch, little flake stuff like that, but it's all solid. It's just a little bit of surface rust in some areas. Floor pans here, bottom of the frame, I mean, it's solid, but see the bottom of the diff. But so, for the most part, and I'll show you the front too. For TJs, this is, like I said, pretty daggone decent. So even this, although it's been sprayed, you can see that that's just the texture of the spray. If you spray over a flaky rust, you're going to see all the flakiness still. Front diff. So we just like them a little bit cleaner here. You can see some areas that were never sprayed, a little flaky, but a lot of the stuff that's flaking are parts that are easily replaced if you wanted to go that route. One really nice thing is the rear main seal is not leaking, the oil pan is not leaking. Everything is very dry oil wise, so that's really nice. And even the things that have rust, it's still very solid. So it's really surface rust at the end of the day. I mean, the bottom of the frame, here's a prime example. So you got a little area here. If you wanted to sand that down, see, that's completely solid right there. And you just refinish it. That's just one little area. You got another little area right here. You see on the bottom, it's completely solid. So this is just, very typical. But one thing is that the body is very rust-free as well. I can tell you known areas. Oh, Good. I thought I stopped hitting record. So usually the top of these fenders right here get some nasty bubbles. There's been no repair, so that's all original. So that's a really nice sign there. Same thing right here. They get all bubbled up in this region right here. Nothing going on there. Inside the engine, we have a lot of pictures. Some of the clamps and stuff have a little bit of rust on them. You have a couple little areas on the hood. Once again, that's just surface rust that can be completely sanded down. But the reason we didn't do this, although bringing the Jeep to retail market, is because it's a possibility that we're going to bring it to an auction. So although we already done a good amount of work to the exterior and detail on the inside, that's stuff we would have done, because even if we do sell a car at the auction, we still want it to look great. But all those little tiny details of brackets and clamps and sanding down the rust, dealers at auctions, you know, don't put a lot of value in that, and they'll fight for this anyway. So it's one of those things that we are selling this Jeep the way it is, because if it doesn't sell, we're going to bring it to the auction. Now, with that said, if you want to buy it and you want us to spend a week or two on sanding it down and refinishing the undercarriage, we'll do that. It's going to be at a cost, of course, and we're very, very, very busy. So if you decide to buy it, we wouldn't be able to get it done for probably 3 to 4 weeks. Although we're 2 years booked, we can obviously fit some small stuff like this in, and that's sort of another reason why we didn't do it. So all in all, absolutely gorgeous Jeep. Spent a couple days on cleaning some things up, and you have a beautiful Jeep. I also want to let you guys know we are pricing this Jeep according to what it is. So, you know, a typical Jeep like this that we have that's flawless underneath is going to sell for thousands and thousands more. So we're pricing this at a very fair price. So let's take this thing on a drive. I'll show you the backside of the frame too. Super solid. Let me see if I can get my phone back in here. Let's see, the whole frame is very solid throughout. There's no areas where the frame's got any damage or anything like that. So in the interior of this thing is just so clean. See if we can fit through these cars. I think we got that, guys. Let's see. Pretty close. All right. I always get a ton of people commenting on the videos or asking why the check engine light is randomly coming on. And that light in the top corner that you see is a shift indicator. It's not an engine light coming on and off. It's an arrow pointing up telling you to shift, or recommending that you shift. I'll still get questions even though I just answered that. Clutch is very smooth, steering's very smooth. Check it out. Some horses. So guys, I just want to be perfectly clear once again. Exterior, as you see, some will call it a 8.5 or 9.5. Some would call it a 9.9. The exterior is beautiful. We'll put it like that. Interior, equally beautiful, extremely clean. I don't want to hear anything about the undercarriage. I try to show you as much as we can between videos. We also have a lot of pictures. There is some rust as shown on the undercarriage. Also, there is no frame damage. There's no structural integrity issues or anything like that. It's some surface rust that can easily be removed, and also the Jeep is priced according to that. So if you're wanting to spend some time and save some money and address the undercarriage if you like, then great. If you're gonna put a lift kit on, a lot of those parts are getting replaced with suspension components and everything else. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. And unfortunately 95% of people will be, but it's almost like you can't, some people just, y'all know what I'm talking about. We'll start off in second gear here. This Jeep will also come with a Virginia State inspection, which is done by a third-party company that is governed by the Virginia State Police Department. It is a very, very thorough inspection. It's all safety equipment on a vehicle, so they actually check the frame for frame damage. They check brakes, tires, all lights. Very, very thorough inspection. That's once again done by a third party. We don't do our own. And Jeep will come with a brand new inspection. It will pass. There's probably about 35 different components that they check for. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to email us, jd@davisautosports.com. You can also give us a call, 855-XJ-JEEPS. That's 855-955-3377. Thank you.